Welcome to Verbal Peak Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. On Dave Chappelle, Dave always been involved in some controversy, turning down millions, fled to Africa, refused to put the dress on. Dave said he walked into his dressing room trailer and there was a dress. And he was like, well, damn, who is this for? They told him to put it on. Oh, come on, Dave's going to be funny. And Dave was like, hell, I can be funny without the dress on. I can put it on no damn dress. I don't want to wear a dress. What the hell is going on? Now we see what was happening, right? See, back in the day, when they decided, hey, you know what? We want to fully include the LGBTQ community into society and into Hollywood, right? But we need a pathway, right, to get them in, right? And they need to seem okay. And, you know, a lot of times when things are introduced as cool or hip or in, it's deemed by the streets, i.e. the black community. So you start noticing a lot of the top-known Hollywood comics and actors started dressing like women and was wearing dresses. And when it first happened, you know, the people in the streets was like, laughing, but was like, what's this about, you know? Tyler Perry and Madea, Martin Lawrence playing the elderly grandmother. Even had my boy Ben Rain in a dress. Who else they had, man? I mean, it was like a They even had put Wesley Snipes in a dress. It was like a pandemic going on, right? People didn't understand what was going on. Well, that was the introduction. But those who didn't want to participate, they came down on them hard like, how dare you defy our orders? Nigga, you get in there and put that dress on. They was like, it got so heated. They was like, man, what is going on? There's so much pressure. Bam, he skips to Africa to get away and free his mind. He probably went somewhere deep in the village, man, to just get away for a moment, right? Got his heart together, got his spirit together, got his bearings together, comes back to the US of A, and he's back where he goes on, man, I forgot the white guy's show, and he was explaining why, you know, what went on and why he went to Africa, and he made the comment, or maybe just Hollywood is a little bit sick, you know, to that effect, right? That famous quote, explaining on Oprah what's going on, right? Now he's back doing this comic. He's been on Saturday Night Live, you know, real political but funny, you know, talking about everybody, right? But they still mad at Dave because he did not put the dress on. Just like they still upset with Bill Cosby for trying to buy a major network. They don't forget. But it's a new day now, see? And they're confused too. Because they're wondering, what is this? Usually we tell them to jump, and put the dress on. Look at all the comedians and actors we put a dress on. You know, what's going on to why this one is refusing us, but we haven't been able to stop him. We haven't been able to shut him down. Because his base. See, Trump gave you an example of what a base looks like, right? To the broad America, right? Because they're going to ride with Trump regardless, right? Dave Chappelle has his base that's going to ride with him regardless of who says what, right? Where did they get that from? Wait, I've seen this before. What's going on? Wait, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Minister Farrakhan, Nation of Islam, 5% of the Black Muslim movement. Wait a minute. Will have they base regardless of what. So you're able to be free and roll on. You're not worried about what people say and what they think, and because you can survive off your base. Everybody has a base. And it's scary because they're like, wow, you mean black people have a base and we're not influencing them and telling them what they should and shouldn't do? And those days are pretty much gone. So, their own day. But then the corporate office of Netflix is like, you're not removing this Dave Chappelle. That would be a bad business decision, man. That would be a career-ending decision to pull Dave Chappelle off of Netflix. Do y'all have a gay comedian that's funnier than Dave that you can put up against him that will beat his ratings? Then basically Netflix saying, well, shut the fuck up. Basically, hey, it's a business move, And so, but now they're mad at the black community for supporting Dave. They're like, hey man, we both suffered the same thing. You suffered civil rights, and we understand the civil rights movement. We kind of one and the same, huh? And hey, you got to thank the whole Trump presidency for that. He shook everything up. That's why Dave Chappelle asked on the series, are there any racist LGBTQ members or racist gays? Do y'all know racist gays? And people like, yeah, I know racist gays. Yeah, because they were prevalent, and some was coming out during the Trump administration, and nobody was like, hey man, why all these gays down with Trump? Why the gays not coming out against the racist gays? So they was like, man, well, why should I bend to you all? Let me do my thing since you all free to do your thing. And that's what it's about. That everybody is doing their thing with their base. The LGBTQ community has its base. Now, one female journalist, she said, Dave said it's not the LGBT community's fault. It's the corporation's fault. Well, what was he saying? I can't gather her whole quote, but basically she was quoting Dave when Dave said it's not the LGBT community's fault. It's the corporate interest. And she made a good point too, though, Dave. She said, well, the LGBTQ is the ones that's having a problem with what you said, and the corporations are actually bagging you, Dave. So how is it their fault when they're bagging you? Unless he's saying that the corporations, they're highlighting the controversy to make more sales. And they playing both sides. If he's saying that, okay, hey, it is what it is. But he would have to clarify that when he meets with the LGBTQ community, because he stated that he's have a sit down with them, but a day of his choosing and at a venue of his choosing and a time of his choosing and whatnot. But he's like, I'm not going to bend to you, and you can't force me to come do anything. Okay, well, yeah, that's the stance of black people today, because look at our history. Man, we done bowed, we kowtowed, we bend, we begged, we pleaded, and every time, not today, buddy, yeah, you can hang it up, guy. We're not letting you in. Oh, but please, we good people. Look. Now, go do the jig, buck dance somewhere else, guy. You're not coming in today. And it's like, okay. You know what? Why don't we just start doing our thing, create our bigs and build, because we fighting and dying to get into a place where there's actually no place for us. Wow, it took us so long to realize that. Yeah, we keep grinding, you know what I mean? But it's a new day, and Dave Chappelle is expressing a new day. Now, it always takes guts to embark upon a new venture or bring something new into society. Look at Muhammad Ali. Look at Colin Kaepernick. You know. Look at Shirley Chisholm. I can go on and on. Rosa Parks. Mary McLeod Bethune. So many pioneers that forged the way and had to, i.e., basically, for lack of a better term, stick their neck out on the chopping block in order to make it happen, while the rest cowered behind them. But some was just that fed up today, like, man, you know what? I don't give a damn what happened, but like, we can't dare do this shit no more. You know, so let's ride, you know. That's where we at today, you know, and circumstances created the atmosphere and the attitude, right? Not due to pulling out an agenda out of thin air. That wasn't the case. This was forged under heavy racist fire that created the atmosphere to produce the character and makeup of a new, let's say, mindset of people. Let's say it like that. And so here we are today. You know, this is where we're at. Everybody's clinging to their base. They're not moving. Hey, this is what we believe in. This is what we stand for. We're not budging. Because, look, Trump and his base and his followers was like, hey, Trump said the election was stolen. We're going to stick with that. We're going to ride with Trump to the end. To hear what the rest of you all say. And there was some LGBTQ along with Trump, down with him, and believed that it was that the president was stolen from Trump, right? And was silent when all the racist rhetoric was going on, and a lot of members of the LGBT community didn't jump on those racist gays and say, "Hey, man, that's not fair, dude. We you know what? We banning you all. We don't want to see you on television no more. How dare you take that stance against our black brothers and sisters?" Yeah, that didn't happen. So it is what it is. Everybody is sticking to their base. You know, Billy, go get your base. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But here on Verbal Pick Radio, don't forget to watch the epic classic movie, the cult classic, the movie of this century, Black's Journey. You can check it out on FlexNet TV, FlexNet TV, and also at vcmfilms.gumroad.com. And we're out.